Hello, Battleborn. Today we are going to be running through the dojo with Reyna and her legendary lore item. Now, I've said this before, that the legendary lore item is meant to be an additional helix choice. Well, for Reyna, that is particularly so, very, 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 very particularly so, and I think you will enjoy this research. First of all, if you've ever played Reyna, she has a primary weapon, which is a laser pistol, which has to be reloaded, and she has a secondary weapon that uses heat, as you look over to the left side there, that can overheat. Now, that the laser pistol is just damaged, but that plasma pulse has an added effect. If you shield somebody, you get an effect called failsafe on yourself, right? And so does the target. It's technically called failsafe. It's an overshield, but it's technically called failsafe, right? So when you shield booster somebody, they get that effect. And while that overshield effect is on, when you use Plasma Pulse, it'll actually charge their shields up, so that the damage that goes from the Plasma Pulse will transfer over into their shields as health, or sorry, as shield. So if you have somebody like Cleese, who has a heck of a lot of shield, sometimes up to 1,000 or over 1,000 shield by near the end of the match. I mean, he has a ton of shield. That little overshield isn't going to do much, and the first skill, electrostatic induction, isn't going to do much. But being able to just charge his shields with your pulse is a really nice effect. Now you'll notice that it overheats and that the heat ends up being an issue, etc. Well, this is where your helix comes into play, and we're going to mitigate some of that down here. Now here's the thing, I'm going to take Plasma Burst, and I'll explain this a little bit later. It just does an AoE on that plasma. Okay, but here's the trick. When you play Reyna, if you're especially in PvP or if you're in PvE, a lot of people will expect Reyna to have a Vital Protocol equipped, or selected, the left side helix here, because Reyna cannot heal you. She can only charge your shields, except for this specific helix choice at level 4. Okay, so Vital Protocol basically means that whenever I'm targeting somebody, as soon as I apply that overshield, they get 320 heal. Well, it grows. It starts at 240, it grows, etc. It grows with your level. Okay, but the problem is that it's right at the same level with the Best Defense and Vengeance Protocol, some other nice little choices. Vengeance Protocol is where if you apply a shield on somebody, it does a little AoE splash damage against everybody. An AoE, a 256 damage AoE isn't a bad deal at all. It also applies that splash damage to yourself. Remember, a shield booster to you, a shield booster to them. So if you're close by to somebody, you can actually, or somebody's on your tail, that little splash damage hurts them, whoever's on you. So you're not only getting an overshield, but you're also causing that damage to whoever's on you. But the damage amp is also a really huge idea. But you normally can't take these because people expect you to have this Vital Protocol. Well, let's introducing her legendary lore item, which says, hey, you know what? The Captain Snazzy Timepiece here says, whenever you have an overshield, or whenever you've shield boosted somebody, and they have failsafe on, because that's what the skill's called, a failsafe, they have that overshield on, you don't only charge their, you don't only just charge their shields when you use your plasma cannon, now you'll actually heal them too, which changes everything. It really does, because now what happens is somebody's hurt, they come around the corner, you can shield them, you can heal them up, you actually have a heal, now they can get back out there and go. Okay, and so because of that, you really technically don't have to take Vital Protocol, because while they're in the middle of the fray, you can also try and shoot them, etc. So you can take the damage amp safely, or you can take the Vengeance Protocol safely because you actually have some other form of heal, right? The other question is, I mean, if you want to use skill reduction, or you might even want to use thermal equilibrium, which means that your pulse does not overheat whatsoever. So now, when you have somebody overshielded, you can sit there and just perpetually heal them, right? And you don't have a limit per se on how many shots you can do while that failsafe's up. See, it would just shoot perpetually. In fact, it wouldn't even gain any heat until the overshield or the failsafe has cooled down. Okay, next thing is on your skill set, might be, I mean, you can choose whatever you want. The Vigilance is a nice additive, only because you have a little bit more overshield that the enemy has to break through before the failsafe disappears. That's kind of nice. But then I'm certainly going to go with the Pulse Pounder on the right side here, where I'm increasing my pulse damage, because that's also increasing my heal damage. And then you can do some fun stuff with damage amp or whatever. And then the last one here is Long Watch, which is level 9, where you're going to want that overshield to last a long time. Reason why is because if you have an Atticus or somebody with a lot of shield, you want to be able to sit there and just charge them up, right? You want to actually be able to heal them. And this will heal as fast as well as any healer in the game. I mean, you're directly shooting somebody with a large amount of damage, which is effectively turning into heal. So, let me see. The last one, it really doesn't matter. It's prep 5 over shield, whatever. The last one doesn't matter. Now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try something here. This is the real question. If we take damage from these guys, right? If we just take damage from these guys, can that overshield affect us? Right? In other words, can we heal ourselves? So I'm going to take a significant amount of damage. Okay, there we go. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit more, and okay, fine, it goes in. Now let's check. I don't want to be by. Actually, I don't want to be over by a supply station. Let's check if putting that shield on, if I can bounce the damage off the ground, if I can shoot the wall. Is there any way I could get that pulse to reflect back and hit me? Right? Because that would be great if I could shoot the ground, have it bounce back, and shoot me while I have the shield. I don't. So here's what I'm testing. Level 3, left side helix here is the Plasma Burst. This is where shots explode on impact and hit enemies. I wonder if those same shots will bounce back and heal me. I'm at 253 health. Do you see it? No, I don't see it. It's hitting the enemies, but I'm not seeing it actually bounce back. Well, that was worth a shot. So that answers a few questions. The main question is, can I find some way of pulsing myself? So when I'm playing solo, a heal build is terrible. Let's just put it that way, right? But if I'm playing with somebody else, that I believe that shot is going to basically heal themselves, and it's going to have no effect on myself. Okay. Whereas if I took that option originally, the what do you call it? The vital level 4. The the vital protocol. That vital protocol would actually heal myself. So taking this build limits your self-healing, okay, but it allows you to be a pure support on somebody if you want to bring them into the backfield and start charging it. Okay, so that's the limitation. Also, let me just hit somebody with a pulse real fast just to find out the numbers. Now they got 500. It's fine. The last thing is that the damage that you do on your pulse is your heal. You don't actually get anything from heal power. It's damage from the pulse. So you want to do attack damage, and that'll improve your healing. Hope that helps. Catch you guys later.